Hi everyone, welcome to episode 78 of Mompreneur Space live show. I'm Kenneth Chu, the host and also the author of Mother Industrialist, Perfecting the Balance Between Motherhood and Business Success. So in my book, I've interviewed and featured 15 mompreneurs that I personally know in the past 10 years. I've also shared with the mothers how they can craft their mompreneurship blueprint using the 3 P's, which is passion, purpose, and profit, to kickstart their business. At the same time, I've been running my own digital marketing agency, KC Creative Marketing, for the past 5 years, where I help solopreneur, startup, self-employed, and SME by using social media, video marketing, and live streaming to build out their brand in today's online digital world. In this season of Mompreneur Space live show, I will still be interviewing a successful mompreneur every Monday, and I hope that it will continue to inspire and motivate more mothers who are running their own business or for those who wanted to start on their own. So during the live show, you can start posting your question in the chat and we will answer them at the end of the show. So in this new episode, we will be talking about I am a go-giver mompreneur. And today's guest, she is someone that I've known for about 6 to 7 years, and she has been amazing because the first time I met her, I still remember she was my client and I was still working on advertising as a media salesperson. So I went to her house and I saw that she has 4 kids at home. I was like, wow, like for a typical Singaporean family to have 4 kids is really unbelievable. A lot of people say, oh, is it possible? Even with 2 kids, they are struggling. So for her, I knew her back then when I was working in JNR Media, where we have this sampling bag that we give to hospitals. And I approached her because she has this amazing business that she really built out for passion. And for her, she's the founder and owner of Petite Bakehouse. She's a mompreneur with 4 children. Now currently they are aged 20, 18, 16, and 14. It seems that everything is being planned at like 2 years gap. Later we will ask her more. And she has published her own book, which is her own recipe book, Petite Hot Bakes. Okay, yeah. Oh, her name is here. So later, I will let her share more of why she published a book, and that was back in 2016. So without further ado, let me welcome Sophia. Hi, Sophia. So thank you for making the time and really come onto my show after so long. Finally, I got you onto the show because you are also featured in my book, Mother Industrialist. Very amazing story, and I've shared with the audience in the book or the readers that for you it's really pure passion. Really, I would say, with passion. A lot of times people feel that passion cannot really make a living. So that's why I felt that your story really can resonate with me at the same time to share with the audience out there. So before we move on, right, there's a tradition that every guest get to post the question of the day out to the audience and also to the next guest. So are you ready to receive the question of the day posted by the previous guest? So the question of the day that's posted by the previous guest is, what is that one thing that you cannot do without as a mompreneur? Okay, so I ask again, I repeat. So what is that one thing that you cannot do without as a mompreneur? So have some time to think about it while I go onto Facebook Live to see if I connected successfully, if our audio are good to go, and I'll come back to you. All right, Sophia? So Sophia, are you ready to answer the question of the day before we can officially kickstart?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, share with us.
The one thing that a mompreneur
Cannot do without.
cannot do without.
Yeah.
Of course, we cannot do without our children. If not, we cannot be a mompreneur, right? So if we don't have a children, then we will be just an entrepreneur, not a mompreneur.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow, that is so short and sweet. Okay, so now we can officially kickstart with the show, and the best thing is this question of the day was posted by your good friend
My dear friend.
Melody, so which is
Yes,
also
yes.
the previous guest. I think it's really amazing to have both of you because I know both of you around the same time when I was working at JNR. And in fact was Mel who's the one who referred you to me as a customer. And I cannot believe that in the past 6-7 years both of you have been really supportive in whatever I'm doing, and you and Mel also have been featured in my book Mother Industrialist with your amazing story. Thank you very much. And also it takes a while for us to come together to really even to bring you onto the show, because for Mel and you, I think I've invited you guys for a while. I said, I'm very shy, very hard. Then for when Mel agreed, I was like, wow, finally. She was like, very low profile. But I guess after a while, at this point of time, I believe that most of you will be seeing that it will be good for you all to share your story. And since the story is being featured, now is the time with social media and with this, especially this pandemic with circuit breaker and COVID, a lot of us are bringing our business online. Yeah. So having said that, maybe we can say I saw someone coming on live. Okay, let me just. Okay, that's Eva. Eva MJ is tuning in. Hi, hello, Eva.
Hi.
So let us know whether you're a friend of Sophia, or is it you're a friend of mine. If not, you are new, or you have been you saw this being shared. So let us know, say hi to us. And meantime, Sophia, maybe you can share with the audience, because this might be the first time they are seeing you. Maybe you can do a short introduction of yourself. What were you doing previously, and what are you currently doing? What are you busy with, and where are you from? Because we do have audience from all around the world that is tuning in at Mompreneur Space live show. So maybe you can do a short introduction of yourself, Sophia.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. I think I will say I started as a graphic design student because I graduated from Temasek Poly diploma
you're my senior.
Yes, and it's actually graphic design. So once I'm the pioneer group of Temasek Poly. So
which course were you?
Graphic design.
Just purely?
Our campus. Our campus is at Baharudin. Is the old campus.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So once the new campus ready, I already graduated. So yeah, I didn't manage to study in a new campus. But my son is studying in Temasek Poly.
Okay.
So okay, yeah, he gets to study in the new campus. So far after I graduated, I was a graphic designer in publication, doing publishing magazines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I work in Clio magazines for quite some time. Then after that, I created to be freelancer. I work in Her World, I think interior design and all those different magazines. So after 7 years in graphic design, then I started, in publishing, sorry. Then I started not really in publishing in fashion. I started in music publication.
Okay.
In that's long time ago. Yeah. If you heard of Music Plaza, which is under Yamaha. So that was my first job, and I was doing music typesetting.
What is that music type?
You do musicable as in you typeset the notes for the people to play. So we are the one that do the typesetting, and I have to do the design and the cover.
Wow, that is a lot of work.
Yeah, but you're supposed to play, and it will input. It's like a software.
Okay, so
you
need
play
to
the music.
So for you need to play.
You need to have a music background. Yes.
So you do have.
Yeah. I learned piano, so I have a great. So the thing is that you can play, and then it will just input, and the book will come up. But I was more in charge of the design, as in the book cover and the layout inside. So it was quite a challenge, but it was pretty interesting, I would say. For the 1 year I'm there. So then after that, my publishing journey started from
the magazine. Yeah.
Yes, from a magazine. So. Once I actually got married and settled down, I was actually doing freelancing because after a while later, I freelanced in graphic design. So when after that, I think my first child was born, and I wanted to go back to full time. I think because nobody looked after my kids. My mom was a little bit pressured because of her age. So then I decided, okay, why don't I take care of my kids myself? So since my husband was quite supportive, so I said, okay, I will take care of my kids. I think during that time, I'm a person who like to plan. So I already start to plan what I want to do. I don't want to just stay at home, just take care of kids, and you don't really know what you want to do. So I said, okay, since I'm staying at home, I don't mind having more children. So let's plan. I wanted to have 6. My husband said no. So I would get,
Wow.
okay, we compromise, we have 4. So my deal was I prefer them to have closer gap, like 2 years gap, since I'm at home. So I said, since I'm at home. So I'll plan. And for this, after my 4th child was born, I think my parents was a bit worried that I couldn't cope. So they were asking whether I need help. But I think I can. I'm possible. I can do it myself because I think I can train my kids to be independent too. So I actually take care of them full time alone. With definitely with a lot of help from my husband. He's very supportive.
That's good.
And that's how the 4 kids is brought up by both of us lah. So during these 4 years, I never detach myself. It's like I continue to have connection with graphic, but I do realize because of technology, it's a little bit difficult to go back because they will expect you to be freelancing at the place, or you have to have a lot of software that you need to do all those things that you need to catch up. I find that it's a bit overwhelming. So then during that period of time, of course, in order to entice and entertain my kids, baking comes into the picture. Because we love to eat desserts. So when we go out, we like to buy a lot of desserts and we share. But I always realize that why is the dessert so big, as in the portion? So my kids, 4 of them, of course they have their preference. As parents, we let them choose their preference. But the 4 pieces they order, they cannot finish. And then they end up to where? To me and my husband. And we didn't get a chance to actually choose what we really, really want. So in the end, I tell myself, why can't I just make something that's small enough? Everybody can have their own favorite share, and I can have variety if I want. So I was looking around for it, and I didn't find any. And I think maybe the mentality of people is that if I sell a bigger pieces, I sell faster, and then I get my profit, I gain more. So smaller pieces wasn't in the market so far. So, and I was more into culinary that time because I cook a lot. But I tell myself maybe I should try to bake.
Oh, so you know nothing about baking?
No. In fact, I'm very scared of baking because I find that baking, there's so many tools and equipments that you need. And there's such thing like precise measurement. You need to measure properly. And then when you buy the ingredients, you need to buy like a kg and also then you need to stock up. You might not have space. But for culinaries, it's like you buy daily, you cook daily, and it just finish up faster. So the idea of baking was actually quite fearful. And there's a lot of washing, definitely a lot of washing. So, but then in the end, I say, why don't I give it a try? But I don't really know. So actually look for courses. I look for courses to actually take. So in Chinatown, there's a BITC, it's the Baking Industry Training Center. They actually have night classes. So in the end, I was discussing with my husband, since you come back, then I go for class. So at least we take
balance,
turns.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Shift
to balance.
work.
So I morning take care of my kids, and I go for a class. So there is 3 modules like bread, cakes, and pastry. So I took the first module of bread. But the bread module for part-time will take me 6 months. 6 months to complete. But actually, if you do full-time, you just need to take 1 month. That was like, am I wasting my time? It's like 6 months. If after I finish everything, it's 1.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll say, okay, let's finish the bread module. So after I finish the bread module, I say, okay, let me discuss with my husband again. I say, can I go and just complete that 2 months? Let me go for full time, and then just let me complete the whole module. But I couldn't remember how I did and what we did. But he agreed, and I managed to finish my cake and pastry module in 2 months rather than 1 whole year. So everything just sort of like snowball slowly growing. And after I finished my exam, I graduated. It's so coincidentally that I was flipping and reading newspaper. I saw this small little article saying about renting kitchen to bakers who are interested to start online.
Oh.
That means you rent a kitchen, you bake, and you sell online. So to me, it was pretty
The
interesting because 10 years
timing, right?
timing. I think the idea of selling online was not very happening 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Facebooks and all those stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, I said, this is quite an interesting idea. So I was thinking, okay, why don't I give the owner a call? Because the owner is actually the owner of the location, the kitchen. So I gave her a call and she told me that, oh, I left one more slot.
Just nice.
Because, just nice. So she said, why don't you meet me up? So I went to her home there, Bishan, and meet her up to discuss about this. And she told me, if I take up this slot, she will stop receiving people and all those stuff. So it's sort of like pushing me, saying that, oh, only left one.
The FOMO
So I
thing,
went
right?
back. Yeah. so I went back. I discussed with my husband again. So I did some calculation. I said, if I'm going to rent from her for 1 whole year, what's the cost that I'm going to have, and what's the commitments that are going to be, and all that stuff. So after discussion, I think my husband know me well. He always say that he knows that if I don't do it, I'll regret it.
Yeah.
So he leave the decision to me, but I will still sometimes, no matter whatever he tell me that he leave the decision to me, I still need his confirmation, as in he agreed.
Consensus, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a team.
Yes, I will feel better to do the next move.
Yeah.
If I can sense that he's not comfortable, I'm not comfortable too. So I think the support
Respect also,
is very, very important. So I think because of that, I went to sign the contract up, and that's how I start my baking journey. So it was, everything was like follow one after another. It's not as if I planned to be a baker. It's just
manifest and just going.
Correct.
Step by step.
I think it's also because of positive mindset. If you keep on thinking further on what you want to do, you move forward faster.
That's true.
If you keep on worried about nobody take care of my kids, nobody do this, nobody do that, then we are not moving forward. Then that is one of the things that I learned through the journey. That I think we just need to look towards our goal, not so much as our problem, and it will move further. So that's how, slowly, as you say, you already mentioned that how I developed until now, after 10 years later. I have my own fresh food stores. It's located at Sengkang. Okay, I think throughout that 10 years, many things happened. I'm a person not only constantly wanted to upgrade myself. I do not like to just stop it there. If I can do something what I didn't do before, it will make myself move forward. So during that 10 years, many things happened, and I think it's for a good cause. Like I published my book. I joined the Bakery Association as one of the committee members. I went to take the ACTA course, which is qualified trainers, and I start to teach. And the teaching was amazing because you meet many people. I think before I started in 2010, there's this platform called Moms at Work. They also started at the same time, and I'm so happy that I met so many mompreneurs over there. Melody is one of them. And from there, we give a lot of encouragement to each other, and then throughout the whole process, I always want to support moms, because I think a lot of moms are been struggling because I would say I'm very fortunate that I always have support. And not all the moms can do what they want or have the support that they want. So but just hopefully I can give back in the sense that I can help them to achieve what they actually can.
That's nice to hear that. And this whole journey not easy. At least I accompanied you for 6 years.
Yes. It's nice knowing people like you, because I think people changes, but as you say, for the good. And we help each other. Just like during that time, you helped my business. I actually work with you, and then you actually connect me. I actually connect for you. So it's all the connections that makes our network grow. Which I think is very good. I would say I'm very, very fortunate that throughout my journey, even throughout my life, I've been meeting very positive people, because it's not easy, because sometimes negative energy tends to drain you down a lot. But so far, my friends, I would say, majority of them, their energy is very positive. And we always look at the bright side. we know we're going to have problems. Everybody have problems.
Yeah.
But we do not focus on the problems. We
Yeah.
look at the solutions, and then things will move on.
Yeah, I totally agree because I think coming from you, from the day I knew you, you have always been positive, and that's why the law of attraction, you attract positive people to you, because I think your positivity is so bigger than negative people. That's why the negative people basically cannot outwin that positivity, because I guess it comes in the nature that everything that you look at it, you look at it as a test, as a milestone to the next level. And I would say this 10 years, right, your business basically evolved, like from starting a small bakery on your own, and now you build up, and also having your flagship store, and from flagship store you started to become a trainer and join the association. It's like everything's, is it a planned journey? Because everything seems to be very smooth, like it moves up by its own, or you just go with your gut and the feel. What would you say?
I wouldn't say that I plan. I think I go with the flow. But if you say smooth, I don't totally agree.
Okay, maybe that you just
Yeah,
hide all the
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
no point talking about all those negativity things.
Mm.
There definitely there will be a lot of hiccups, a lot of unpleasant things happens. But I don't think we want to think about that. We would think it is that maybe during the period of time something not comfortable for that person or something happened to the person, it gives you the negative energy, but it doesn't mean that the person is not positive.
Yep.
So it's not easy, I believe. As you know, in a lot of industry, it's always predominating by males.
Yep.
So for a female to be in the positions to outshine them and do their best, it's actually not easy.
There's a lot of peer pressure and the
yeah,
society.
there's a lot of peer pressure. But I think so far my attraction is a lot of female because we are all moms female.
Yep.
And our energy is really, really big, I would say. So sometimes when we need to look for positivity, we actually can
Just hang
give
out.
each other. Yeah, we just hang out and get all the recharge all the positive energy, and then after we go out, we just fight with all the negativities.
I think it's also you have the like they always say the average of 5 people they mix around with most, so that will be the key thing, because I also see that it depends on who you mix with. If you mix with negative people, then you just rant. You get nothing out from it. But ranting is okay. You just have an outlet to release. But at the same time, like what you mentioned, you have to move forward, and how to move forward. And you have friends who are or mompreneurs that you hang out with, the support team, the support group, and that's where you can you can propel to the next level rather than stay put. Because that's why I've seen a lot of them gather together, but it's not to move to the next step. It's just to dwell and hang on there. Yeah, at least you know who you mix with, and also the right group of audience, because you mix with the mompreneurs who are like you. They know how to struggle, or some of them have already been there, done that. They have overcome it, and they know how to, and they kind of like share tips with you, I believe.
Yes. I think most of my friends, we are not stingy about our advice. I think we will just share. I mean, we do share about our problems, but sometimes you'll be surprised when we talk about problems. Everybody is the same. It's a matter of how you handle it. You're not alone. You're not alone, really. I think when we talk about children, we have the same problems. We talk about husband, we have the same problems. We talk about jobs. I mean, in terms of how we liaise with clients and all stuff, it's the same problem. So it's just to see different problems and see how we can give solution to it. And sometimes we can just laugh over it. It's best to laugh over it.
Yep.
I mean, because I think laughter is the best medicine.
Yep.
And then it makes you feel better. I always think of the positive side, as in some negative people doesn't mean that they are negative. Maybe that day is just something wrong happened to them.
Woke up from the wrong side of the bed.
Correct. So it could be a better way to look at it, and maybe they are not like that.
Yep.
So maybe you can give them a chance and then just meet up again. Why not? Yeah.
That's a very, very good mindset. And currently, maybe we can look at, we have a lot of friends that's coming on, people coming on live. We have Elsa. We We have
Hi, Elsa.
Eleanor. We have Tony Lian. We have Muhammad Rizwan. Yes.
Oh, hi, Rizwan.
Is your friend? Is it your friend?
Yes, I think it's my friend.
Hi, hello. Yeah, so Sophia just shared her story of how she set up Petite Bake House and what she has went through. In fact, this year is her 10-year anniversary, I would say, for Petite Bake House, and really, really happy for her. Let's congrats her for this 10 years of journey.
Thank you.
Yeah. So at the same time, I know that you are not only just busy with Petite Bake House, you're also busy with a lot of other stuff. Like you have you're busy with Tompang Me, which is to help business owner. You are also teaching, that you have just shared. You're also into health and skincare, and you're also helping other mothers to go back to work. Wow, how do you manage all these things, especially now?
I won't say manage. I just think go with the flow. If people come to me to ask for help, if I can, I will help. I think for business wise, there's always a lot of connection. The connection is more towards I think it started off from Petite Bake House. Petite Bake House is a bakery that sells small little goodies, and we always focus on healthier choices and in terms of ingredients. So I'm very particular about that because I know a lot of moms are very particular about the sweets or treats that the kids put into their mouth. So we always focus on trying not to overdose or overpower. Just to make the things taste nicer, we put all the unnecessary thing. It's not necessary. So what we want is something that can make the children or people happy. So in terms of the health part, so this is the focus of what I'm trying to do all along in Petite. And in terms of business-wise, because of COVID-19, so in terms of business-wise, I think a lot of businesses has been really badly affected with a lot of in terms of business and all stuff. So I have been trying to, I think for bakeries line, we always have this problem with the manpower issue. That means we always don't have enough manpower, or because this industry is a long hours work, I think industry, which is not easy to sustain. And we have to depend a lot on foreigners sometimes.
I agree.
And because the local might not be willing to work such long hours, and it's not easy to work in the kitchen for so many hours. So for my bakery, it's cater more towards my lifestyle. I only open on weekdays and I close on weekends. Because if I want to spend time with my family, my staff would like to spend time with their family too. So, of course, if anybody have orders on weekends, all those things, I do come back to the shop, let them have their delivery or collections and all stuff. So it's still okay as long as they pre-order. It's not so much on walk-in. And moreover, I'm in the neighborhood, I'm in residential area. So people tend to go out over weekends and they don't really hang around in the neighborhood. So that's how my bakery was done in this way. So, but I do not want to waste my weekends for not operating because rental, I still have to pay. In order to solve the problem, 2 years ago, I have the idea of why don't I use vending machines to help me.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So I was thinking of having a vending machine at my retail, work by 24/7, so that my customers can actually get their goodies and I can fully utilize my operation hours.
So is it the pre-ordered or you already have those basic treats there?
It's in the process. It can be done both ways. So that's the reason why just now you say I set up a company called Tompang Me. Tompang Me means I help you to hold your product. So this company, yes, Tompang Me, yes. So you can Tompang Me to put the products in the machines. It's a separate, different entity because this one is basically what you call customizing vending machines. And it takes a lot of costs and calculations and getting the right people to come in and all stuff. Then I realized if I can actually use this idea to help my own business, then I can help
others.
All my friends who are in the bakery industry. So they can actually prolong their working hours. They save their manpowers over midnight shift or whatever. And they actually reduce wastage because they don't need to throw the things at the end of the day. they can actually put in the vending machines, and whoever work night shift, whoever, they can actually just grab their goodies. This idea, I would say, I've been talking too long, and everybody was telling me you talk too long, somebody will take your ideas and all the stuff. But it's not easy to move forward because there's a lot of consideration in Singapore.
Planning is really planning.
Yes, because having a machines to manufacture in Singapore, the cost is going to be very high.
Yep.
So we hope that, of course, the government will be able to help, and government should support locals, businesses, to help us to grow in Singapore. Then we can actually expand overseas.
I think there's a grant that support this kind of innovation, and I think it's productivity something.
Correct. There is, but not under bakery goodies.
Okay.
I think they have the frozen one, the chef in box. Yeah, they have that, but not in terms of the bakery side yet. And most of the I would say 100% of the machines are all overseas. It's from overseas. So hopefully this one is going to be my big challenge that's coming way, and I want to use my particular house as what I call a showroom, a showcase, to show that it actually can be worked. It can be
that
done.
Means it start from you, then after that you can show to other business. Yeah.
I believe there's a lot of business owner also looking at vending machine before, but it's not really suitable because of the features. Because you bought a made one, that means it's a standard design. It might not be suitable for the bakery industry.
Yeah, I get it.
So this is another challenge that I have for this year during this COVID time, for me to do quite a lot of planning. For teaching wise, I think it's non-stop. I think
the fulfillment you get from it, right?
Yeah, I it's also because I have friends who are in this industry. They ask, hey, you want to teach here or not? So the connection was keep on connecting, and I'm so glad that I've been connected to the right people. And when I actually went there to teach, I meet so many trainers, and those are all bakers, and they are all very professional people.
Yeah, experience also, right?
Yeah, so not only my network increased among the chef, it also increased among the learners, people who come and learn. And it's quite amazing teaching those. I think mostly I teach adults. To be elderly, I think depend on location. Some places it's a lot of elderly, some places are more adults. So the differences is quite drastic, but it's good because the exposure is very different.
In the short period of time, you are exposed to so many different walks of life.
Correct. And because constantly I'm always training my staff. Most of my staff is part-timers. I always have to retrain. Yep. So I was telling myself, since I'm doing that, might as well I go out and train people.
You get paid. The key thing is you get paid.
Extra income.
It's another revenue stream, I would say. This is where the business model comes in. Where are your revenue streams? And you because I realized that I believe that there will be friends who will be telling you that, hey Sophia, you're not focusing, you're going here, going there. And I think we spoke about it before the show. So let's talk about focus. Okay. So and how do you reply them when they tell you that?
I'm focusing helping people.
And
no, I mean in a sense, I'm just doing something that I feel comfortable. Not so much of thinking of returns or gains. Because when I help people, I see people grow. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Because I think that is a motivation for what you want to do. I mean, I'm good at what I do. I just focus on what I do. But if I don't share, if I don't help, then you are just focusing on yourself to be good. That's all. So, but I think the more I share, the more I help. I actually learn a lot. I think I gain much more than I think. Don't worry about the focusing. I think my husband always constantly tell me, hey, please focus. I think they find that I a bit overwhelmed. Even my children always say, wow, mommy, what are you doing again? It's like, now this morning I tell I got at this Facebook live. What is that again? So they are always constantly having this surprise say, oh, well, mommy going to do this. Then after a while they say, okay, anyway, she's going to do this again anyway. So I think I want my kids to have the feeling of try to do whatever they can. You have to try. You don't just think. I mean, thinking doesn't make you move anywhere. Doesn't mean. But it's good to have positive thinking. It will move you forward. But you think, you must move. You can't just sit there and wait for the the thing to just drop down.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that is also something that I act on also. And I believe that they are there as what we call devil's advocate. So they will set us to think twice and think, okay, are we moving? That means be more cautious and then because for me I always have that when I was young, I had once I want to do something, I just go for it without really thinking. But now a lot of time I do a lot of planning, do a lot of thinking. But like what you say, if you think too much, right, you are not able to move on. And by the time you were like, huh, how come another person took my idea and do it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
I always hear this from a lot of mompreneurs. This person steal my idea. I say, idea is cheap. Execution is the key. Yeah, if
Correct.
like a lot of
Agreed.
people will say, I have this Grab idea, I have that Uber idea. So Uber took it, they become Uber. Grab took it, the same idea, they took it, they bring it to the next level. So it's not
Yes.
about whether you have the idea or not, whether you have that
Mm,
concept. Everybody will have the
mm.
idea. It's about whether you can make it, you can execute it, and bring it out into the next level. A lot of people can have the idea, but it's not sustainable. Like for you, your business evolve, and every part of it is like you are creating your own ecosystem around Petite Bake House. And the more people that you're helping, in fact, Petite Bake House will be, the brand will be known, because people are be wondering, why are you doing this? Then you say, in fact, I'm doing this, I'm having my Petite Bake House, I'm also doing this. So you became someone which is where today's topic is, I am a go-giver mompreneur. So what is a go-giver mompreneur to you? Like how does it
Um,
apply?
Go giver. I
Mm,
would say that I think whatever we can, we help people. We must help wholeheartedly, not to keep anything to yourself. Like maybe what for instance, there's one stay-at-home mom. She's very keen to do about baking,
mm,
but she wants to get a lot of people to coach and all this stuff. I think apparently people when you go to her, they want her to pay the coaching,
yep.
but not really exactly coaching her. So to me is she comes and talk to me, then I will just share. And she's just shocked that I just share.
Yeah.
I'm not even asking for anything. I just share. Because what I'm trying to tell her is I have been through what you've been through.
Mm,
But all you need to do is adjust your mindset. It's possible. It's good to have a coach. I agree. But you cannot rely on the coach
yep.
totally because you still need to know where you want to do,
Mm,
you how you want to do. Even the coach tell you, okay, this is the 10 thing you need to do, but you selectively just do one or two.
yeah.
It doesn't work. Then you must have to really follow it exactly the 10th way to do
Yeah.
it.
It's still the
But
mindset. Yeah.
correct. So what I do is I'm just trying to give her a direction, to give her more
Mm,
confidence in herself.
yeah.
And then I told her, just take one step at a time. If you want to be a baker, then you take courses. If
Mm,
you want to be a trainer, then you take courses. So
mm,
it's a very different direction.
yep.
But if I want to challenge yourself enough, then you take both. But if you want to take both, can you manage or not? You ask yourself. But if you can, then you go ahead.
Yeah.
But most of my friends, most of the mothers, they have children.
Mm,
And when they started, the children are all very young.
yeah.
So it's the managing of the children with what they want to do
Yeah.
is the big challenge. And I always say it's always a blessing where the husband is very supportive
Yeah.
because this one you need. You cannot have external help. External
Mm,
help doesn't help.
yeah.
Okay, that's my truth
They
honest.
cannot help you
You
24/7.
it no, even you have a maid, it's not the
Yeah.
same. It's
I
not the
agree.
same. So if your husband is supportive, chances is you will move faster than people who have more challenges.
Mm,
So I think everybody need to look at their advantage.
mm,
Take advantage of what is your situation, what you have. Unless I say you have very good parents that help you,
yeah. Yeah.
that one
It's
could
a
be the
support
second best
system, right?
second best choice.
Yep.
Because that will really help because it's a parents ma. Then
Mm-mm.
you don't really need to worry so much.
Yeah. The trust. Yeah.
The
Is
trust is
there.
different. The trust is different. So if your husband is the first one I will look for,
Mm,
parents is the second one. But of
yeah.
course, parents as they age, you don't want to tire them off or stress
Correct.
them off. So those are the things that I think a lot of people will understand.
Mm,
Having a helper is also good. It's also good because you don't need to worry about household, all the logistics stuff.
That will tire
So,
you
but
and all that.
correct. But then you have to sacrifice. You sacrifice what? Because your helper will be closer to your children.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the things that you have
It's a
to give and take.
Yeah.
You cannot expect
Everything
everything. But I do.
swee-swee,
Okay. Actually, I do expect everything swee. Yeah. Okay. It's easy to say, like
Yeah.
you say. I always expect to be closer to my kids, and
You'll try
I
lah.
want to. Yeah, you want to have everything, but as you say, you just balance up. You, as long as you feel that everything's quite averagely spaced out,
Yep.
then I think it's quite okay. I think the most important is the mindset.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the goal giver spirit. In fact, there's a book I couldn't find that book out because my mentor recommended me to read, and he said that it will help me a lot. Maybe I can share with you. I don't know whether you know about that Go Giver book. So in fact, it's about like the more you give, the more you receive, and if you have the mindset that is not really like monetized, like you mentioned, you basically mentored that mom, the stay-at-home mom, that she want to go into bakery business. So with your experience, you're mentoring her. You are just helping her to shorten her learning curve. And like what you mentioned, a lot of coaches out there, they are coaching you, but they are not able to give you that realistic or strategy that works for you. They can just tell you the step by step because they are trained to tell you step by step. They have a process, but the key thing that a lot of time is not a practical, not a feasible as compared to you who have the experience. So like even for now, right, I'm mentoring a few youth entrepreneurs. Then they told me, "Oh, Kenneth, I want to start a marketing agency." I was like, "Huh? I want to come out from marketing agency. You want to go into marketing agency?" So they still believe that they want to. So okay, then in that case, I will tell you what are the things that you will face and how you can overcome. So even today you don't listen to me, it's okay. But because you have to be accountable for your doing. If you still want to go ahead, you still can go ahead. But these are the things. These are the barriers that you will face. Ultimately, the challenges that you'll face, you'll be questioned and all that. So I just tell them everything in advance. Yeah. So I guess you have already reached the level of mentor, especially in baking and your progress and how much you have advanced. And at the same time, like after saying, because your eldest is already 20 years old, 20, 18, 16 and 14. So would you say that because now you have more time, because your kids are not dependent on you, or much less dependent on you, that's why you can do more things? And how is it running your business or now businesses having 4 kids in the past 10 over years?
Okay, in the past, when I run the business, I would say 50% to the family, 50% to the business. So I don't really, as what most of the mom will say, we do everything ourselves in terms of marketing, blah, 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 everything we have to do ourselves. So we have limitations of a lot of things. So I don't heavily promote my business or do advertising and all stuff because I have limitations. So because my priority, honestly, is still my children.
Yep.
So, but at least I get to do what I want, and then I can take care of them full time.
Yep.
So as long as they are taken care of in terms of their needs, in terms of their things that the daily things that they happen to them, I'm actually quite okay. I don't really expect too much. Education wise, I'm lucky because my husband is handling. Because if not, I go haywire because I think studying is not that easy.
Yeah.
But as they grow older, I think because my kids grow with my business. Okay. So they can understand and they are my best helper. So in fact, my 2 older kids, they have the food hygiene license. Occasionally, they will help in the shop, and they are very willing to just even though like one time I got no staff and I have to go out to do some appointment or this thing, I just need to tell them, you go to the shop, take care of the shop, don't need to do anything, you just take care of the shop, like do sales and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they can open the shop and they can close the shop. So it makes you feel more relief.
Yeah.
So until a point of time where they are independent in a way, as I think as they grow, as now I would say my shop are, I would say, fully handled by my staff. My colleagues, I would say, better to say, I mean, because they really were very helpful.
Mm.
So once I couldn't actually manage to get into the shop to bake because they are always baking.
Ah.
Because you see, you pay them to bake lah. But the thing is, I would love to bake too. So only time that I get to bake is when I do testing new products.
Mm.
So because I
The
have to be
R&D,
around.
right?
Yeah, the R&D is, I always do only the R&D. So the normal things, unless somebody have some problem with the product, I will come in and rectify the problems. But now most of my staff know how to rectify the problem themselves. So which is
Experience
quite,
enough, right?
it's a blessing. It's a blessing, yes. So for now the shop, you know why I've been doing so much thing is because if the shop my staff can handle,
Yeah.
my kids are independent. And I'm not a person can just sit down there and do nothing.
You cannot sit still.
Yes. So
Say
maybe that's
Beitiao.
the reason why. That's the reason why I start to think of more things to do. Yeah,
I
just
get
like
it.
if I'm available, people call me, hey, can you teach during this period of time, blah, blah, blah. Then I check my calendar. Okay, I like to fill up my calendar. So if I'm available, okay, I will teach that during that. So it's like I'm trying to keep myself occupied.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going holiday. If not, I will try to do whatever I can the whole week. Whatever I can to do to cover up my schedule and all the stuff. But got priority lah. Of course, I always go by what I like to do first.
Yeah, definitely.
Then our priority over there. So yeah, occasionally I'm also lazy. To be surprised. I'm saying, okay, today the shop got people, everything is fine. Then I'll just laze at home and just rest.
Yeah, I guess that's the flexibility of a mompreneur or an entrepreneur, is that at this point of time you have built it up, you have a very good team, everything is well taken care of, and now it's for you to really give back because you have built that. And it's not easy to have a team that can auto run by itself. You don't need you, and you can just focus on the things that you are really passionate about. And it's like you mentioned, it's about the go-giver spirit. Just keep on giving because you have a lot to give. Your experience, your advices, and I would say at this point of time is to mentor more people. Like you mentioned, like helping other business owner. That's why you have Tompang Me, and with teaching, you are also empowering a lot of people. You are also giving as a teacher, and you're also helping other mothers to go back to work, because it's also challenging, like you mentioned. If let's say they leave the job for 3-4 years, because they're taking care of the children, by the time they want to go back, things that might have changed, technology might have changed, the skill set might not be needed, and that's where it's also very challenging for them. And that is what I'm doing to really give them. But I realized that it's not about the skill set. Like for you came from graphic, your skill you build as you go, you learn, you take courses, so it's really not about the skill set. That's why I talk a lot about the mindset and what do you really want. Like what do you want, what is your end game? Recently I've been always asking, okay, someone tell me something, I say, what's your end game for this, what's your end game? Like a lot of them didn't really think what do they want to achieve ultimately. They just want to do. Like I believe that you might have faced, this is something more personal, you might have faced a lot of mothers who want to, I love baking, I want to do this. But what would be your advice for them who have the same passion as you in baking, at the same time to make it profitable? Because a lot of time I realize that a lot of them are based on passion, the purpose, but not making money. Ultimately, the husband will be asking them, hey darling, why are you doing this? Like you spend so much time, effort and money and it's not making money. What would be your advice for them? Because a lot of people just want to do something that they think they like, but it's not making money, or it's not something that is feasible on the long-term basis, because you are always in red. So what would be your advice from your experience, I believe?
Actually, I might not be a good advisor for that, because to be honest, you need to have passion. You need to have passion to do something.
Yep.
But using your passion to do a business is a compromise. Because your passion might get killed off while you're doing a business.
Yep.
Because when you do something for passion, you don't talk about value, you don't talk about profit. You just do what you want to do. But when you talk about business, you have to make money, you have to make profit. So I would say that in order to really have a passion, and then yet you can earn money, okay, you might not be able to do it alone.
Yep.
You might have to work with a team. The reason is because I have a passion to bake. I will just focus on my passion to bake.
Mm.
But someone have a passion to market and sell.
Yeah.
And then this person passion is to market and sell and make money.
Mm.
And then if you can collaborate well together, it's a win-win for both sides.
Mm.
But if I'm going to be say, okay, for instance, if for what I say, I love to bake,
Mm.
passion is to bake.
Yep.
But now I don't get the chance to bake. I only do R&D. You know, I'm trying the difference is because I give my staff to bake because they love to bake. That's why they came to work for me.
Yep.
So what they exchange for the passion to work for me is they get to pay and they get to pay. They get the money, the salary. But for my case, it is my passion. But I need to make money. I need to make business.
Yep.
So I don't get to bake. I need to do a lot of administration, paperwork, marketing and all stuff.
Mm.
It might kills off my passions. That's the reason why I went to go teaching.
Mm.
You see, when you go teaching, you are actually baking. You are teaching people how to bake.
Yep.
And I teach, I get money. So I think in a way, you have to see how you put your passions and business together.
Yeah, how to gel it together.
Yeah, how to gel it together. I would say it's easy to say, but if you can actually have a passion and yet you
Make
can
money.
earn,
Yep.
oh, that's the best,
Yeah.
the best of both worlds. Yeah. So those mothers who actually bake from home, they say they like to bake, they want to earn money. I think you can't do it alone. You have to step out of your house.
Yep.
You have to step out and work with someone.
Yep.
You have to be, maybe your husband is good in doing marketing,
yeah.
doing sales.
Mm.
Yeah. You focus on your bake. I see a friend, there's a team where she's very passionate in baking and her bakes is super and is so well recognized. The one that runs the restaurants is actually the brother.
Mm.
The brother love marketing. They do social media and all stuff.
Yep.
They're doing very well because they are passionate in their area.
Yep.
And they build out the business well. And lucky enough, because they are brother and sister, so it's easier to work rather than a partners as in stranger.
Yep.
Yeah. So sometimes I think teamwork is very important.
Yeah. And
You might
building a
not
team,
you might not need to build a team. I would say collaboration.
Yep.
Like for instance, if you're doing marketing, I'm doing my bakes. So we collaborate.
Yep.
So
leverage on each other's strength.
Yes, correct. That's what I think collaboration is the key now because everybody want to be their own boss, they want to make their own decision, but they want to focus on what they're good at.
Yeah.
They don't want to focus on their weaknesses. So get someone to collaborate to cover your weaknesses.
Yep.
And that will be actually the best way to work now in this situation.
Yep.
So yeah, that will be so far, I think after so many years the advice I know, but I can honestly tell you doing business tends to kill off my passion a bit off.
I agree.
Yeah. So you have to find back. The way I find back is to be a trainer.
Yeah, I guess that like how should I put it? Like this advice is really good because a lot of time they say, oh, I have my cakes that like some of the mompreneurs, they will come to me, oh, I love baking, this is how I do. I say, where are you posting your stuff? Where are you marketing your thing? Oh, on my own Facebook. I say, if you're on your own Facebook, if you're not very good at marketing, then nobody get to see. And if you don't, because sometimes when you share, right, people might not know that you're doing it as a business. People might thought that it's a passion thing. And if you're selling, then most of them will feel paiseh, feel not very shy to say, oh, I'm selling. So a lot of times I felt that, like you mentioned, just do what you're good at it and also collaborate. And sometimes, but it's also hard to find the right people to collaborate.
Exactly.
And like not for now, right? I'm very blessed that because I'm very good at promoting, I'm very good at marketing, but I'm not very good at system and really having a structured. And that's why I'm very blessed that this year I have a business partner. That finally I have a business partner that complement my weaknesses. That means my weaknesses is his strength, and his weaknesses is my strength. So both of us very seamless. We just came out with courses, mentorship program, and upcoming we're coming out with a very huge event, a virtual event, and it's like instantly, like for him to come out with something, like the structure is like 5 minutes. For me to come out with the marketing is like 5 minutes. So for us, right, we just come in hand. Like you mentioned the collaboration. A lot of times, I believe that we need to find the people that to do the things that we don't love to do. which is maybe the administrative stuff or maybe all the cleaning, can always dedicate and outsource. And also the key thing, like you mentioned, to build a team. Today's time, to this age, I don't think we can do everything about on ourselves. You can either leverage as a team or you leverage on system and technology. This is what I told a lot of mothers. Like a lot of them are being stretched. Like, I want to do everything. Can. If you have enough resources, you have not enough capital, then you definitely can do all this. You just buy and pay and get things done. So I see a lot of people that still with us now. We have Mel that came in. Hi, Melody.
Hi,
And
Melody.
we have Phoebe. I think we saw Phoebe.
Yes, Phoebe. Hi, Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe. Then we have Glenn Sim. We have Elsa. Yes, hi, hello. Thanks for
Hi,
staying
everyone.
tuned now. And for those who are watching replay, so time really flies. I really want to talk more with you to really catch up. So how can the audience get connected with you, Sophia?
They can actually visit my website, Petite Big House. So you can actually, you go to the website, you can a lot of connection from the contact from there. So it's not easy to find me now.
Okay. So in fact, all the how you can get connected with Sophia is all in the link in the description. You guys can check it out. I've included all of them. And if you guys have any questions and all that stuff, you can always can still post in the chat or in the comments and let us know. More of us would be we will love to answer all those questions. And last but not least, Sophia, now it's your turn for you to post the question of the day out to the audience and also to the next guest. What will be your question of the day?
My question of the day.
Yeah. It can be anything about the business, can be anything about life, it can be anything about motherhood. So what would be your question of the day?
My question of the day, as in, okay, let me think. Could it be, what is your biggest goal in life that you have achieved?
Okay. So what is your biggest goal
Biggest goal
that you have achieved in your life, right?
Yeah.
What is your
No, not in your life, not yet. I think it's the biggest goal so far.
Okay.
What's your biggest goal so far that you have achieved?
What's your biggest goal so far that you have achieved so far
as a mompreneur?
As a mompreneur. Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay. So the question of the day posted by Sophia is, what is your biggest goal so far that you have achieved as a mompreneur? So this question of the day goes out to the guests, to the next guest, and also to the audience. For those who are tuning in, for those who are watching the replay, you can post your answers in the comments, and we will love to see them. So before we wrap up, any last advice for the mothers who are thinking of pursuing their passion or even stepping into entrepreneurship? Any last advice for them, Sophia?
Focus on your goal and not the problems, and you will achieve your goal as soon as possible.
Wow, that is a very, very great advice. Very, very simple, short and sweet. And once again, thanks, Sophia, for making time to come onto my show. Finally got you and really happy, really enjoyed this session. Get to know you more. I didn't know a lot of things about you because it's always about Petite Big House. And now at least I know that you are my senior in Temasek Poly in graphic design, and you were in publishing some more. So really, really a lot of things that I've known you through this session. And that's what I love about Mompreneur Space live show, that I get to catch up with the mompreneurs, my friends and all that stuff, and really glad that we did this show. Thanks a lot once again. And for those mompreneurs who are, or mothers who are thinking of pursuing your passion, remember to build a team, leverage on each other's strength, and so that your passion can continue. So thanks a lot once again. Kenneth here signing off with Sophia. Thanks for those who are still tuning in, and for those that are watching the replay or listening to the podcast, thank you very much, and I shall see you guys in the next week. Next week, stay tuned to Mompreneur Space live show every Monday, and I'll see you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.